If you are a coach, consultant, artist, teacher, or creative entrepreneur who does programs, classes, projects, or offers other creative services, and you want to raise your prices 50 to 100% safely, sanely, and strategically with a proven system, then this video is for you. Because on this video you're going to learn 6 safe, sane, and strategic price raising steps and how I use them to double and even quadruple some of my prices. You're going to learn how and why they work, and you're going to learn a few ways to start applying them right now. Hi, my name is Rick Goldman, and I am a recovering chronic undercharger. Yes, a recovering chronic undercharger. And I'm also the author of the book, 6 Steps to the Price Raise You Want and Deserve. And here's the book. It's actually an ebook. Actually, it's an ebook workbook. And there we see it in an iPad. We're going to look at it in different ways as we go through this video. But it's 6 steps to the price raise you want and deserve. A safe, sane, and strategic system for creative artists and entrepreneurs who offer programs, projects, and services. The sad truth is, I chronically undercharged in a variety of creative businesses for over 20 years. First as a children's playwright, theater director, and artist in the schools, then as the owner of an after-school drama program for elementary and middle school kids, and also when I was in my early days as a marketing copywriter. And the good news is, the 6 price-raising steps that I'm going to show you have helped me overcome what I call price crapola. Yes, price crapola. And by overcoming it, I've been able to double and even quadruple some of my fees. These steps work, and they will work for any type of creative business and creative coaching and creative consulting, creative project, or creative service. And I use a little humor because this is a tough subject, scary for a lot of us. It was for me, still is sometimes. And humor is sometimes the best way to get through it. So hang in there, and let's go take a look now at the 6 price-raising steps. Okay, let's go on to step 1, take a little bit closer look at how these things actually work. Step 1 states that you clarify your purpose for raising your prices and also the fears that stop you. You clarify your purpose for raising your prices and the fears that stop you. And you want to do this because the clearer you are about the reasons you have for wanting to raise your prices, the easier it will be when all the fears and doubts and negativity and the price crapola comes up as you go along the process of doing this, and that price crapola is going to try to stop you. And so the stronger or the more meaningful your motivation is, and I like to call it a meaningful enough motivation, the more meaningful your motivation is, the easier it is to keep the price crapola away and do what you have to do to raise the prices. In case you're wondering if there's a way to actually get rid of price crapola, there is. There's actually 4 ways, which I've figured out over time since I've had to deal with so much of it. And they are all in the book here. So one of them is that you can write it away. You can imagine it away. You can get mad at it and get very dramatic and force it to go away because you're mad. And you can also ask a price-raising spiritual source for help if you want to. This one's optional. But all 4 of these are available, and you may use different ones at different times depending on the situation and how you're feeling that day. Another way to stop price crapola is to feed it a few price-raising truths. And some of the ones that have worked the best for me are 10 to 20% of people will always choose the highest price. 10 to 20% of people will always choose the highest price. Only 10 to 14% of people will always choose the lowest price. Only 10 to 14% of people will always choose the lowest price. And you choose your who. You have complete power and choice over who you choose to work with. the high price buyers or the low ones. And as a general rule, high price buyers are more motivated, committed, fun, grateful, they refer more, and it's a better experience for you and for them. And because they're paying more, you can create a better experience for them, which just makes it more fun and interesting for everybody. Remember, you always have the power. You choose your who. You choose who you're going to work with. And the most important thing to remember is that 10 to 20% of people will always choose the highest price. Step 2, where you choose the highly desired result your most desired clients want the most. You choose the highly desired result your most highly desired clients want the most. Because people will pay the most money to get the results they want the most. People will pay the most money to get the results they want the most. And you can help them do this by tapping into a prospect's desire and then lighting this desire on fire and showing them how what you offer will help them get what they want. When you do this, you inspire their buyer's desire fire, and they will invest more, not less, sooner, not later, to get the thing they want. And to help you figure out what your buyer's desire fire is, I put together a list of 73 buyer's desire fire fuelers. And this is a list of 73 benefits and results that your prospect or client wants from as a result of working with you, and that you can fulfill for them. And so what you do is you go through the list, and it goes on for like 3 pages, and you pick out the ones that they want the most, and we rate them from 0 to 3, 3's being the highest, and then you just find the ones that for whatever your product or service is, are the hottest, are the most desired, and then you create a special package, which we do in step 3 of your steps and system and your package, that help them get what they want. And we have a fun little affirmation for step 2, which is, I must inspire my buyer's desire fire. A little bit of a rhyme in there. Can you handle it? I must inspire my buyer's desire fire. Now, I've done a lot of Shakespeare stuff with people, so why don't we try and get a little Shakespearean? Shall we have a little more fun? I must inspire my buyer's desire fire. Try it. Roll your R's, little English accent. I must inspire my buyer's desire fire. Well, I didn't exactly roll my R's, but you get the point. On to step 3. Welcome to step 3, where you turn your highly desired result into a system and package of steps, activities, products, and services. You turn your highly desired result into a system and package of steps, activities, products, and services. Now, you might be starting to think at this point, oh man, that sounds like a whole lot of work. Do I really have to do that? It's so much. No, you don't. You don't have to do it at all. But the truth is that people will pay more for a system of steps that they believe will get them the desired result that they want. People will pay more for a system of steps that they believe will get them their desired result. But Rick, you say, that sounds like so much work making everything into a system and a package. Well, don't panic, my friend. We've made it easy for you. In fact, we've turned it into a game called the Systemizer. Yes, sir, and it's right here, conveniently, at step 3 in our little book. And here's how it works. It's actually a bunch of steps that help you make your steps and your step-by-step system. First, we brainstorm the ideas. Da-da-da-da. Then we put your ideas into a package. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. And then we take the package And we turn the package into your step-by-step system and steps. Even if I read it wrong, it really does happen. And you wind up with something like 3 to 8 steps in a system. And then we go on and we give it a really cool name so you know what to call it. And people can actually ask for it by name. And when you're done, you actually can make a one-page drawing of the model of your 6 or 8 steps, or how many it is. Here's our 6-step system for price raising and our 6 safe, sane, and strategic price raising steps. And we've done the first 3 so far. We're going to finish the next 3 as we go through the video. I'm not going to read them all because it takes too long, but that gives you the idea. And if you and I work together, part of what I do for you is I actually make one of these for you after we figure out what they are. And to make sure that you remember this one, we have a little affirmation, of course. However, you don't have to do the Shakespeare thing this time. Just do it in your regular voice or just read it silently to yourself while I read it out loud. Steps and systems are my secret sauce. I must use them. Steps and systems are my secret sauce. I must use them. Steps and systems are my secret sauce. I must use them. On to step 4. Welcome to step 4, where we declare the value of the benefits your clients will get from the result of your system and package in real money dollars. That's a lot. It took 2 cards, huh? But it's really important, and it might be the key to the whole thing. You declare the value of the benefits your client can get from your results system and package in real money dollars. And you're probably thinking, what the heck is he talking about? And I don't blame you, because nobody talks about this. Nobody really does it. I first heard about it in 1998 when somebody told me to double the prices for my speaking that I was going to be doing. Freaked me out. And it took me about 6 years to be able to go from the concept to applying it. So rather than explain it, I'm going to take you right into the book, and we're going to look at the page in the book where there's a page called the Valuator, which actually helps you do it. So let's go there now. This is called the Valuator. You print out a bunch of pages because you're going to evaluate a lot of different kinds of benefits and results. You pick one of the categories and you put it on that line, and there's a whole lot of categories in that group under it. And then you just write down every kind of benefit and result you can think of for that category on the rest of the page. When you're done, you go over to the other side of the line and you give each of these benefits a real money dollar value, a value in real dollars. And that's tricky. It's always weird, even when I do it after I've done it a bunch of times. So I just give everything a base value of like $50 or $100. And then I just keep looking at it, and anything that jumps out at me is worth more than that. I just put more money on it, and I just keep doing that until I'm done. And I'm done when I don't do it anymore. And then at the bottom of the page, I put down the total real money value for that page. I add them all up. And then when I've got all my pages, I come to the next page, which is the total real money value calculator. And we write down all the categories that we evaluated on one side. We put the total real money value on the other. We put them all down the page, and at the bottom we add up the total real money value for this program, project, product, or service, and we get a big number. And that's the number that we're going to use to help us to raise our prices. Giving all these benefits a real money value and then adding up the total real money value number can blow your mind. It almost always does it for me the first time I do it for something new. And when it was the first few times I did it in general, it was really, really difficult, because what's happening is your brain and your self-worth are struggling to accept this higher sense of value. it's going to be such a higher number than you're used to. Your brain and your self-worth, they're going to just kind of go for a little while until it starts to kind of be accepted. And that's why it's a really good idea the first time you do this, or the first couple of times you do this, to do it with somebody who knows how to do it and has experience with it so they can help you through it, because the price crap hole is going to go pretty nuts over all this kind of thing, as you might imagine. And I can show you, I'll show you later at the end of the video how I can help you do that. And of course, we have a little affirmation for you for step 4, and it's a really good one to use because this is a tricky one, and it's kind of a fun one. My prices grow greater when I'm a valuator. My prices grow greater when I'm a valuator. Good one for rolling your R's. Try it. My prices grow greater when I'm a valuator. Now, one of my friends thinks I should sing something on this video. I didn't think that was such a good idea. I used to do a lot of musical comedy, but he said sing something. Just sing something. So I'm going to sing it. My prices grow greater when I'm a valuator. My prices grow greater when I'm a valuator. Sing it with me. No? You're looking at me kind of weird. Too much? Yeah, I thought so. All right, good enough. On to step 5. Well, I hope we all recovered from my singing and a little Gilbert and Sullivan meets Shakespeare meets price crapola there on step 4. So let's go on to step 5, where you are going to select a premium value-based price for your results system and package based on your total real money value number. You will select a premium value-based price for your results system and package based on your total real money value number. And the easiest way I know, and the most fun way to pick a price without any pressure, is to use a tool that I call the pricing grid, which is also in the book. So we're going to go right there now, and I'm going to show you how the pricing grid works. And we're back here in the iBook for the pricing grid. And as you can see, it's one big page, or it's one page with a bunch of squares. But they are magic price-raising squares. So let's see how this works. So you can see at the top, you can do this per hour, per session, per package, or for program. You can do it for a weekly or monthly total. So you just pick one of those. So let's just, for fun, notice there's a column there with the X, and to the right of the X, there's a starfish. That's where you would put the amount of money that you're currently getting for whether for the hour or the session or the package or the program. And then down the side under the X where the smiley face is, that's where you would put how many clients you have, how many hours a week you're working, or how many projects you're doing, or how many programs you're doing. And so the way you start is where the smiley face is. You put the current number of hours or clients or oops, come back lights. You would put the number of hours or clients or packages or programs you're doing, and where the starfish is, you would put your current price, and then you multiply them together, and they go in the box right there. And then the rest of the boxes, you just try different numbers, put different amounts of dollars across the top, put different amounts of, hours or sessions or packages or programs on the left, and play with it until you get a bunch of numbers, and then you pick a new one that's higher than the one you've been doing that you're comfortable with. And here's the magic about what we've been doing at steps 4 and 5. Your total real money value number from the valuator in step 4 will be higher than whatever your new higher price from step 5 will be. This is so important, I'm going to say it again. Your total real money value number from the valuator in step 4 will be higher than whatever your new higher price from step 5 will be. This price-raising math formula will give your brain and self-worth permission to charge, ask for, and get your new higher price. This price-raising math formula will give your brain and self-worth permission to charge, ask for, and get your new higher price. And this combination will take the power away from your price crapola, who will flip out and complain a lot, but you won't care anymore because you now have a new value-based price you know is right. And we have another affirmation to use with step 5 and the pricing grids. It's on both sides, so watch me flip the card carefully. It goes like this. Price crapola flips its lid when you use the pricing grid and has to take a freezing bath when you use price-raising math. Try it again. Read it right off the card. Works better. Price crapola flips its lid when you use the pricing grid and has to take a freezing bath when you use price-raising math. If you're like me, I don't like a freezing bath full of ice cubes, so let's do the price-raising math, use the pricing grid, and get that price crapola into the bathtub where it'll be shaking and it won't be able to hurt you at all. While it's doing that, let's go on to step 6 where we put all this together and wrap it up. All right, we've made it to step 6, the final step where we put everything together. And at step 6, we design and practice a non-salesy sales presentation that gets more prospects to say yes to your results system and package offer. We design and practice a non-salesy sales presentation that gets more prospects to say yes to your results system and package offer. And if the idea of actually putting together a sales presentation just seems like too much work and it makes you really uncomfortable, the idea here is to do a non-salesy presentation, which gives you a structure. But for some of us, and I would imagine most of us who are coaches or consultants or creative entrepreneurs or artists doing creative programs and projects, we're more heart-centered than just the hardcore business people. I learned a lot of these sales techniques and a lot of what I'm showing you today from real hardcore marketers and salespeople and business people. And it took me a long time to sort of figure out how to take those ideas and make them work for me, because I couldn't do it when it was super hardcore business. I had to figure out how to get my heart in it. So that's what we're going to do here at step 6. And I've actually created a template for you called the presenter that takes all the information that we've had from the first 5 steps, dumps it into the presenter, and then you can practice that and actually use it, read it from it when you're making a presentation to someone, especially when you're asking for the higher prices. See that the presenter really can be a tool that you can use pretty simply to help you feel a lot more comfortable in your selling and presenting and asking for money and in overcoming objections. So we have one more affirmation for step 6, and it goes like this. Confidence and success come from using a solid, non-salesy structure that sells, which is what the presenter is. Confidence and success come from using a solid, non-salesy structure that sells. Structure, non-salesy structure that sells, builds your confidence. And we, believe it or not, have made it through all 6 steps in one day, in one video, and you're still here. So I congratulate you for sticking with me through the whole thing. And now I'm going to show you a couple of ways you can take some next steps with me if you'd like to work with me and apply what you've seen on this video to your own situation. The first thing I offer is a free 30-minute Higher Prices Are Possible phone breakthrough session. And what this is you and I get together, we spend 30 minutes on the phone, and we basically look at 3 things. We look at what you do, how you do it, where you want your business to be in another 6 months or a year, And we also look at your prices. Then we look at the price crapola that's getting in your way and stopping you from raising your prices to where you'd like them to be, or even higher than you thought was possible. And then we'll take a look at the 6 steps, and we'll look at all this together and see if this whole system and program is a good idea for you. And if you think, and I think, that this is something that could really work, then if you want, I'll show you a couple ways we can work together. And if you decide it's not for you, that's fine. The 30 minutes that we spend together, you're going to get a lot out of it, and it's going to really be helpful just to talk to somebody about all this, whether you work with me or you don't. I also offer a free copy of the introduction to my book, 6 Steps to the Price Raise You Want and Deserve. So if you are interested in talking to me and doing the free breakthrough session, you can call me, Rick, at 912-660-5353. That's 912-660-5353. I'm in the Atlanta, Georgia area. That's Eastern Time. So keep that in mind when you call. And if you get the voicemail, just leave a message with your name, where you live in your time zone, and the best time to reach you, and I'll call you back when it's convenient for both of us. And you can also email me if you don't want to talk to me right away, but we will have to talk. You can email me at rgoldmanideas@gmail.com, rgoldmanideas@gmail.com. You can freeze the video and you can write it down from the video. You can also look in the description below. Both of these numbers are there. And if you want the free introduction to the book, that's a PDF file that I will email you. Send the email telling me you want it to rgoldmanideas@gmail.com. And that's about it. We are done. So I hope you really enjoyed this. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, watch it again. Watch it a couple of times, because these are hard concepts to take in all at once when they're new. So the more times you see this thing, the easier it will be to understand what this is and how it works. And if you know anybody that you think would enjoy this and get something out of it, who's struggling with this idea and needs some help, pass the video on to them. You can send them the URL for it. You can email them the page, the YouTube page that has the link in it. There's all kinds of ways to get it to people. So please do that. And I thank you very much for being with us. My name is Rick Goldman, and I will see you next time.